You know the feeling when you're at a live event and most of the crowd is holding up phones, watching the moment unfold through a tiny little screen. I think we, as photographers, do the exact same thing with our mirrorless cameras. We see the exact image we're about to capture on the screen, a screen that's often held at arm's length and not even close to our eyes, rattling off shot after shot. Today, I'm asking the question, is LCD screens bringing us closer at the moment or pulling us away from it? When I looked into it, about 2010 was when mirrorless cameras started to become relatively popular, or at least widespread. My friend, who was the first person, Gaz, who I heard of with a mirrorless camera, I think he got his maybe around about 2015, and I didn't get my first mirrorless camera till 2020, 2021. I had a Nikon D850 at the time. Big battery grip, big beefy DSLR, amazing camera, loved that thing. Still worth a fortune now, strangely. I was looking the other day. And I upgraded, if you would class it as that, to the Nikon Z7 Mark II. And I changed all my lenses for the Z mount lenses. And initially, I was in love. Because I'm like, well, I don't need to just, like, obviously I'd done photography for quite a while, and it's not like I'm guessing what things are going to look like. I generally have a good idea of what it's going to look like when, depending on the settings, but it took even any of the mystery away. I didn't need to. I just, even looking through the viewfinder, essentially it's a little LCD screen in there, and I can see exactly what the image looks like as soon as I take the image, or even before I take the image. And yes, I could have just took the photo and chimped and had a look on my DSLR, but it was different. It was great. I used to do automotive photography at car events and car shows, that kind of thing. And a lot of the time, if I wanted like a low down shot with my DSLRs, I either had to kind of hold my camera near the floor and just hope that I had the focus point on the right part of the car, or I had to physically lie down, which led at numerous events, motorsport events, lying down in like puddles to shoot through bits of fences, all of that sort of stuff to get an angle that I thought worked well. And that was kind of it, where now all of a sudden I didn't have to do any of that. But I think holding the camera at arm's length and then seeing a final image kind of there before I haven't edited the colors or anything yet, but seeing it as it's going to look, it kind of just completely removed us from the process of photography. Like, yes, it is convenient. It just is. There's no denying it. Like, if you're an event photographer, you need to worry, is it a bit too dark? Did I pay enough attention to the exposure? Was I busy with other stuff? Was it a snapshot? Like, even if it is a snapshot, you can see whether it's gonna look decent or not while you're doing it, which is game-changing. But I really don't like it. Recently, I went through a bit of an exercise which kind of prompted this video. I've been working on a new travel guide, a one in the Cairngorms, which is available. There's a link to it in the description if anyone on this channel is interested in that kind of thing. And I was going back through some images from like 2021 to about 2023. And what I noticed is the amount of raw files, the amount of images that I used to take is insane. And when I look at them, there's no thought in any of them. And again, don't get us wrong, I'm not saying this is you. This is very much me. This is my photography from that era. And I just can't quite believe that I was this bad at photography. I genuinely, at this time, thought I was a good photographer because I always got photos that I liked. And I did, I suppose, but the hit rate was absolutely abysmal because all I used to do is have my camera at arm's length. I started shooting portrait a lot as well because it was much more convenient to shoot portrait that way and have the screen fold down on my Sony and just take the photographs. I was obviously travel guides are normally in portrait, so I just got used to shooting that way. Honestly, when I look back through my images, I'm pretty disgusted at how bad they are. And if I'm honest, if I go back further than that, I was so much better of a photographer 4 years before I switched fully to mirrorless here. If I go from like 2019 to about 2022, you would sort of mistake that as two completely different photographers because the photos earlier than that, I think they're great. I captured a lot of good moments. And then the photos from like 2022, nah, this is me. This is just my opinion. So don't jump on us in the comments. But for me, the viewfinder is the immersive part. And that's one of the things I love even more about a rangefinder, because the viewfinder is essentially, it's kind of not a viewfinder really, it's just a hole and you can see everything, kind of. And then you see your frame lines. So you can actually see outside of your image And then what I love about it is I can wait for the right moment for someone. I can see them in the corner, so I can frame the image up ready, and I can see them coming, and I'm like, right, I'll wait till they get in, boom, photograph done. Love it. And it forces you to slow down, to be more thoughtful, to think of the little things, lining up, where's that lamppost? Is it going to be sort of half hanging in the photo? Is there a door there? Can I just move slightly over and get that door out? All of that kind of thing. I love that. That's my favorite part. It's like having a jigsaw puzzle on every single photograph, trying to align little things up that mean nothing to anyone else really, but that's what I enjoy. And if I was using a mirrorless camera, yes, I could do that, and I'm not saying I couldn't. And all of these things that I'm saying I do now, I could definitely do with a mirrorless, but I'm only human, and I cheat all the time. I will take the path of least resistance every single time, and as soon as I got a mirrorless camera, that's exactly what I done, and I just stopped. It went from seeing the image through the viewfinder thing in the little LCD screen to all of a sudden, well, I can't be bothered to put the camera there, I'll just hold it here instead. And then that was that. That's how it stayed. And I don't understand it. Maybe that's why we all shoot wide open, and I did all the time, because looking at it as I'm moving things around, and you see, like, if, I don't know, my daughter's walking past and she's nice in focus, I'm shooting at f1.4, a little 35mm or something, everything else is blown out. It just looks beautiful just to look at before I even take the image. Maybe that's why, because we're so obsessed with just how aesthetically nice things look, because it does in the looking through that way, that you're not looking for a feeling, you're not looking for an emotion, you're not looking for a moment, you're not trying to capture that, you're just capturing something that looks pretty, and that's fine. But that kind of stuff to me doesn't stand the test of time in my own work. I've took some photographs that I look at and I'm like, yeah, I see why I took that, it's pretty, but it means nothing. But one thing I do genuinely believe is the ability to preview everything before we take the image. I honestly think it's made us worse photographers. Genuinely, it did for me. So I would like to set you a bit of a challenge, and let us know in the comments if it's not something you can actually do, because I'm not sure whether you can do some of the things that I'm going to suggest in the camera settings, to be fair. But in most cameras, you can press a little button next to your viewfinder. It's normally on the side, where you can switch between like just viewfinder only, just LCD screen only, an eye sensor, so it'll pick up when you've got your camera to your eye, and just turn the LCD screen off. Just have it as viewfinder only. On the LCD screen, you can have it on the Fuji's showing the camera settings. You just normally press the up arrow, I think it is. So maybe have it on that, so at least you're not sort of tempted. If you can, and again, this is the bit I'm not sure whether you can, in the viewfinder, the EVF, see if you can turn off like a live preview of what it's going to look like, and just see if it lets you just use it as a traditional viewfinder. I don't know if you can do that. If you can, in all fairness, most of the points of this video is pretty much irrelevant in that case, because yeah, you can kind of get round it. So yeah, maybe this video is fully rendered useless if that is the case, and I've waited till this part of the video to see it. Now, if you do this challenge, I want you to jump back into this video, jump back in the comments, let us know, how did you feel? Did you feel like it was more personal? Did you feel like you were more in the moment? I don't know, did you feel more connected to the photographs? Did you enjoy the experience again? Have you been enjoying the experiences previously? Have you felt a similar disconnect once you switched to mirrorless? Have you been looking for maybe something a little bit more, and you've got your main camera now, which is a mirrorless, but maybe's got a little, I don't know, something different, maybe it's a film camera or something? Is that why potentially we're coming back? We've went so far forward to sort of swing back to the center. We've had to swing so far back, we're going back to film to sort of balance the two extremes out. Is that what's causing it? Let us know if you agree. Let us know if you completely disagree. And again, this isn't a personal attack on anyone. This is just me sort of explaining how I feel about photography, how I've felt for a while. And thanks very much for watching. Again, new channel, so if you're not subscribed, subscribe would massively help. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one, which hopefully will be shot in Poland. I don't know if I should say that, because I might not shoot one in Poland because I'm on holiday. But I'll try and shoot one in Poland. So, yeah, look out for one next week.